money from those who can count the money. A kind of classic separation of duties issue as well.
And just to give you a sense of one Minnesotan that we've already heard from on Peregrine, and he copied me on the letter that he sent to the NFA. And this guy had his money with MF Global, then he lost money on that, and then he went over to Peregrine, which I think we're going to find of many Midwestern farmers, to try to protect himself. And this is what he said to the NFA. He said, the problem with your statement is the implication, the statement by the NFA, the problem with your statement is the implication that failure to detect a $200 million fraud earlier shouldn't count against you. It just matters that you catch it. I couldn't disagree more. Your job is to prevent fraud by putting in place the tools and people to ensure that funds are as reported, that segregated balances are protected, and that people making investment decisions can rely on the audits that you perform. Why have there been so many recent cases where the system has failed to detect the risk? And again, can you commit here that we're going to be able to fix this?
Senator, I find myself agreeing with your constituent that wrote that letter. We've got to do better. I think we all do it, the NFA and the self-regulatory functions, but also how we examine the examiners, as I say. There are certainly funding issues as well, but I think it's really about how the audits and the examination function occurs on the street.
Mm-hmm. And I know I heard you talking to some of the other senators about reaching out to the banks where future firms held cash to seek to obtain independent verification that the statements made by the firms are accurate, which I think would have helped to catch the Peregrine problem earlier. Obviously, you were not chairman when this started, this particular fraud, but I just wonder why this decision wasn't made back in January to rely on information maintained by the FCMs instead of confirming balances directly with depositories holding customer funds.
Again, we'll learn a lot more facts, but as we understand it, there was photoshopped or purposely forged documents and even a fake P.O. box for the bank. What we understand is the NFA lasted their audit in May of 2011, February of 2010. The independent CPA lasted one for December 31st, 2011. All of them were, in essence, defrauded and lied to. And as I say, we're going to take a very close look at each of those and go back as many years as the documents exist. And also look at what the CFTC did and what we need to change.